Alright guys, so what is going on? Today we have a shoe that you guys might not have even seen because I feel like lately there's just been so many shoes coming out. Bit of a hype beast, I can't lie. So a shoe like this practically flies right over my head. But it is a nice shoe, I'm not going to deny it. Today in hand we got the New Balance 990 V6 Carhartt work in progress. And these released really recently, actually. We're pretty early on these. I believe they were released a week and a half ago. So we got them right in the ample amount of time that shoes usually come in. And yeah, let's jump straight into it. So, the story behind these, not really much of a story. Carhartt, for those of you guys who don't know, it's like a very neutral colorway brand that releases like some wheat and like this kind of color palette of clothing. I did such a bad job explaining that, but really I don't know that much about Carhartt. I know that whoever likes Carhartt really loves Carhartt, and then everyone else just barely even knows what it is. That's what I get out of it. And they kind of remind me of Timberland in that way. It's like the clothing brand of Timberland, which is shoes. And yeah, so this is the box right here. The box is cool. It's in this core color. You got NB and Carhartt on the front. This is the size tag on these. So it says New Balance made in USA. So these are actually made in USA. Most 990 V6s are made in USA. And they do also come with these extra pair of army olive green laces, which probably would look pretty good on the shoe. Now jumping into the shoe itself, we got a lot going on, but it's in a very like muted way, so it's kind of odd in hand. You got a blackish green N logo. You got a light wheat. This is very similar to the wheat SBs right here on the like front of the shoe. That's like a wheat that you would get on wheat SBs. And then right up here, you got like a Baroque brown right there. And then you got more of that grayish, greenish. I think it's actually a gray now that I really look at it. So you got like a gray kind of thing going on this mesh netting rather. Carhartt work in progress on the tongue. You can see it's a very dark shoe. Like, it's very hard to make out the details because of how dark and monotone it is. It does have a lot of different shades on it, but it's still a pretty dark shoe. You got a pretty light gray on the back, so that's a nice change of color. It says MB made in USA. The midsole on these is definitely going to be a good one because it is the New Balance 990 V6, which is actually the newest New Balance. So the comfort on them will definitely be good. Don't get me wrong at all. Like, these will be a comfortable shoe for everyday wear. I can assure you of that. You got NB Carhartt on the insole. On the bottom, you got fuel cell branding on the heel kind of area, which is the technology that is used in the foam of the shoe. And then you got a few different things going on. You got like a brown, a gray, and more gray and a little bit of white / cream, which is very similar to this midsole color. So you got a lot of shades. I'm going to keep reiterating that. These come with a pair of cream laces, pre-laced in the shoe, as you can see right there, which is pretty cool. I think that if these were laced up all the way, it would probably look better because the cream would add some much needed contrast. You also got an NB tag right there. And these were pretty easy to get for retail. They're probably going for right around retail if you want to pick them up. On the left pair, we got a very similar deal going on. We also got the same details. This is not really a type of shoe that would be different from left to right. It's a very basic New Balance shoe. You got 990 on the back right there, which is the usual 990 branding. And overall, it's a pretty self-explanatory shoe. It's a 990 with some Carhartt hits. EV cap on the back right here. And as always, this left one is always so much easier to see in the camera just because of how my room is set up, I guess. So let's see if you guys can get a better view of that Carhartt made in progress right there. Pretty easy to see on this side. And yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time on these. If you like them, grab them. I'm not gonna like sit and sell them to you, because honestly, they are a pretty boring shoe. Like, if you want my honest take, pretty boring shoe. I'm not a neutral fan. I don't like neutral colorways, and they're gonna be comfortable. But I would rather get a different 990, to be honest. Like the Lapis Lazuli, they are obviously way more expensive, but they are just a way cooler shoe in my opinion. The Action Bronsons. Go check out my video on those if you haven't already. That was a while ago too. But yeah, I don't really see these as being like a viable shoe that I would get. But if you like neutral colorways, you're gonna love these. Like, I know my one friend's really gonna like these. He rocks neutral every day. I rock bright red and bright blue, so it doesn't really match my wardrobe. But that's just me personally. It's still a good shoe. It's still a 990, which is a comfortable shoe, which is always an added plus, but it's definitely not going to beat out some of the cooler shoes. And with a pretty high retail on New Balances, I'm not going to go collecting every one of them. So with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you all soon. More to come. Adios.